Okay guys, here it is all laid out on the table. The AF Dynamic short ram intake for the 96 to 2000 Civic, 93 to 95 Del Sol, 92 to 95 Civic. Obviously you can see the rest of the motors and stuff right there. And also we'll fit your 97 to 2001 CRV. So basically this is really easy, guys. I'm kind of going to do the cheat version of it. Let me flip you around here. Okay, so flip the camera around here. It's the best position I could get it with what I got right now. So this is the only working hanger I have anything right now for it. So kind of going to do the cheat version here. So as most of you guys know, if you're even interested in this, I'm sure at this point you've seen your stock intake and you realize if you have a 99 to 01, you have the box running here. If you have the taller intake manifold, basically same thing, just the running pipe is different. So basically you want to take off your stock intake pipe here, the resonator on the bottom, and then you would have your box here that you'd open up, take your filter out, take the box off by I think 4 or 5 10 millimeter bolts, lift it up, and then down here in the wheel well you would have a port where the box goes down to. That you have to go ahead and get out through the bumper, and through the side of here there's going to be a few more 10 millimeter bolts, and pretty much once you get everything out of the way, the bumper out of the way, it's easy, self-explanatory. So sorry, I'm not going to be doing that tutorial. It's kind of the cheap version. I've already had it out. And then you can run a cold air intake down there if you have the correct pipe. This is a cold air intake. I did make it a short ram because it has the option to make either one. So I did do that. But as with lifting again and doing the snorkel soon that I go through here, this intake is better set up for it until I do my turbo piping and everything. This intake's going back on it, so unfortunately I had to buy it twice, like I was saying in the unboxing video, because I sold mine before. So this one's seen better days. This one's got a really old filter, and I'll be selling this intake with a good filter, cleaned all up. But I'm going to take it off here. Pretty much, like I said, I've already done all the hard work, so it's really simple. You will have a tube running from here, from the stock intake, from the pipe to the valve cover, and then there will be a coolant tube underneath it that runs. You can eliminate that hard tube altogether and splice your two lines for your coolant right together. Basically just take that tube gone, get a little connector from your AutoZone or Advance or wherever, and just connect it together. Boom, put a coupler on it, or sorry, crimp on it, and you're good to go. You can get rid of that whole nasty ass hard line, and then you can just run whatever, you know, type of pipe, or sorry, not pipe, but type of silicone hose they should give you, or rubber hose for your new intake. It'll look much cleaner and you won't have it all dangling around in there. But I can maybe do that on another vehicle. I've already done it on here. But basically, this is very simple, guys. Same way as on the stock intake. If you haven't done it already, you're just going to loosen your crimp and you're going to wobble it right off. And if you don't have extra brackets over here on the side, that's it. You know, just loosen that and boom, take it off. I have solid motor mounts. The intake doesn't bounce around a whole lot. I'm not too worried about it. It's not like a $500 intake that I want to keep super crisp and clean. This is just one of them intakes that I picked up off of eBay and basically, you know, threw it in. So I'm going to take this off and we're going to put the new one on really quick. So you're going to just pop your new coupler on, and when they're brand new they're a little tight, so make sure you get them on there, wiggle it back and forth, and then yeah, that's about it. It's going to only let you go so far. It's going to pretty much let you know when you've been too far. So I suggest flipping your crimps around, or clamps, whatever you want to call them, crimps, clamps, whatever. I suggest flipping them around because it's a little bit easier access from the back of the firewall instead of to the front of the motor. I mean, at least to me. So we're gonna make that easy to spin around on there. And then we're gonna take this one, we're gonna slide it on there, gonna loosen it up a little bit, and we're gonna go and pop it on. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. So that would work for you if you're running a stock throttle body. I'm running a 70mm, so I got to use that other one that I had on there. If you're running a bigger throttle body, you're going to need a 3-inch clamp all the way around. And this is going to be a little bit tighter. Give me just a second to get this on. This shit doesn't want to loosen up. There. After they get snug from sitting on the other intake after a while, man, they don't want to conform to a new one. So we're gonna loosen up that clamp, loosen it up even bigger. Slide that one over. This one should be pretty loose already. All right, so now I'm gonna slide it on with the 3-inch coupler. And get everything out of the way. There we go. So that slides on like a glove. I gotta adjust the filter here in a minute. I'll show you where this is. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory on pretty much almost every Honda and just about any fuel injected vehicle you're doing with the throttle body, just depending where the throttle body's at in a different spot. So we're gonna push this out quite a bit. There, see it was sunk on there quite a ways. So you don't want it all the way up there against the distributor and all the way by the engine bay. I mean, it's already gonna be close enough as it is. Now, once I have the snorkel on, it goes straight. This actually goes straight into there on top of the snorkel, as long as you do the cutting right. And I actually have a video on how to do the snorkel already. So, that's a little loose there. The only thing about this, it has some pretty nice rubber on it. Man, it is sticky. It's not like the other filters where you can just kind of maneuver it a lot easier. There we go. There's a little lip on here on this filter that doesn't allow it just to slide off so easy. Okay, so now we have that pretty tight. It's right up against there, and I'm going to show you that there is a grommet here for that coolant pipe, and you have this little round grommet. See if I focus on that. Okay, see it? You just put that grommet in there. Make sure it's in there right. You don't want to push it too far through. And then this is actually a top plastic piece to like a bumper push pin. And I actually snug it right in there, and it fits perfect and has never come out, never wobbled out, given me any trouble. Some people put a bolt, some people weld it shut, some people JB weld it shut. I think on my last one, once I create it to be the snorkel, I'm gonna JB weld it and make it fully closed, because I don't want it open at all. Let me tighten that a little bit more, because once I'm going through water and stuff, we're not going to want that. So, all right, those were a little loose. And then I'm not going to recut any new line, because because I have that one actually already cut for it. But yours is going to come with a new silicone pipe or rubber, and you're just going to want to trim it to fit on there just right and basically snug it right on there. So that's how it's going to look. Pretty simple. I will pull you guys off here so you can see that really quick. Okay, so you can see where the intake's mounted. You can see where I talked about the line to the valve cover. And just pretty much simple, straight to the throttle body, guys. 2 clamps. And just make sure you're secure, you're good. You can get this little bracket here and loop it under here and mount it to that 10mm hole or up here if you're really worried about wobble. Again, it's not gonna be on there really long. I'm not super worried about wobble. And if you're worried about the appearance and you want it to look very fresh and clean, I personally think this bracket looks like ass compared to some of the nicer ones that you can actually get or make. But yeah, so there you go. That's a short rim intake install. Pretty easy, pretty simple to do. The only thing that you might think is maybe challenging is your first time is taking the stock airbox stuff out. But trust me, guys, it's not that bad. And when you take it off, you're gonna actually enjoy it. Just because it's something new if you've never done it before. It's not that hard to do. But yeah, other than that, if you have any questions, ask me. Intake, again, this is a short ram intake. It's the AF Dynamic short ram intake for the Civics. It will fit. Again, you can also add to it or do whatever you want, depending. If you want a cold air, don't go with this one though. But it is perfect if you guys are planning to go for a snorkel for the lifted CRV. It is like the perfect bend. You barely even have to do anything but trim a little bit off the edge. So there you go, guys. Hope that helped, all right?